Hello everyone and welcome back to some more The First Descendant. Um, so I'm not gonna lie, I played this game an absolute crap ton yesterday and I wasn't streaming anything. A couple days ago, so let me back up. The last time I streamed this I think might have been Thursday, so Friday I didn't stream anything I was playing because I got on later or something. Oh my gosh, I almost died. Because I like got on later or something. Oh no, it was because I was in a party with friends, I remember now. As I was playing this Friday, I was in a party with some friends that were playing a different game. Oh gosh, man. I drank some water right before I started streaming and it did not go down properly. Wow. Okay. I was building those things for something. Oh, was it reactor enhancement maybe? Yes, it was. Okay, pretty soon I'm gonna enhance the reactor. I just don't want to enhance the one I currently have, but um I was building those things so I would have enough to do that because that's a trophy. I'm also going for the platinum in this game. But yes, as I was saying, it's been a few days since I last streamed the game. Yesterday I didn't stream um, because I was just, playing for me. Uh, a couple days I didn't stream because I was uh, on with some friends, and then there was another day I wasn't streaming, but it's because the game just like kept crashing, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just not even gonna try anymore. And so in the meantime, I've made it to MR11. I got Viessa a new outfit. She's level 29. I did not organically unlock Volby or Ultimate Bunny, but I do have both of them now. And I did naturally get Bunny and Freyna up to level 40. I think that symbol on Freyna is showing that she's got an energy activator installed. And so, yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. My weapons are all in the 40s and 50s now. And we're getting solidly strong here. So I'm going to look and see. I also finally sorted this by name in descending order. So now whenever I'm looking for something, I generally know where to look. And if I find one descendant stuff, its other stuff will be next to it. So I've got her Sharon's code and stabilizer, and I've been working on getting her spiral catalyst. I just decided I wanted to start farming this mission because I've played this Echo Swamp so many times and haven't gotten those stupid enhanced cells. And, I was thinking to myself, maybe I just need to start streaming it. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe because no one's here to witness me doing this. It was insane. Her two parts that I do have, I think her code dropped on the first try, and I'm still not entirely familiar with all the parts. I forget them sometimes. And her stabilizer dropped on the third try. And I was like, are you kidding me? How? I have run the one for her enhanced cells at least a dozen times now. Definitely more, but I'm just saying at least a dozen to throw a number out there. And I've run this one here, probably coming up on a handful of times now. It hasn't been nearly as much, but yeah, like I said, probably coming up on a handful of times. And so I just started running this one because I got sick of running the other one. At first, I was going to do a circuit of the other three that I had remaining, which was the code, this one, and the cells. But then, like crazily enough, out of nowhere, it was just like, well, here you go.
Hey, Descendant. The reason the excavation team couldn't reach here is because the Volga started.
Oh, let me also get my camera on.
And Ace told me that they brought the Magisters here, the ones who didn't escape.
I can still see just enough of everyone's health bars to tell if they go down and see the mission attempts available. I just really don't like it when games... Sorry, this is really loud in my ears. I really don't like it when games just want to utilize like 90% of the screen as the HUD by having all kinds of crap there. A lot of it really isn't that important. Actually, considering that, looking at the things that are the least important, I should probably put myself bottom left. After this mission, I'm gonna look at that because I don't know. I'm much more familiar with the game now than I was a couple days ago, and I feel like, well, a few days ago, the last time I streamed, and I believe I wasn't really taking into account as many things as I should have when it comes to positioning, especially with the perspective that I have now. So I'm going to change that up. And we're working on hitting MR12. I think last time I played, I was probably only MR8, 9. If that even. So yeah, I've gone up quite a few mastery ranks in the last couple days.
Red sphere shell components. I've assessed the shell analysis data.
I've been having quite a lot of fun with the game too.
Similar material to the links surrounding the Ironheart. Combining all of the data, I believe we can conclude that the ancestors inserted the Ironheart into the red sphere.
I don't know how I just rolled straight through that, don't even ask. Guess we're just gonna get over here anytime soon.
This is connected to the civil war that broke out in Vespers.
I don't know, maybe they just expect me to do everything. I'm just gonna keep going though.
They felt that a simple vault couldn't hold it. I cannot figure out the exact steps they took.
Are they gonna get moved over here?
Is that the sealing was successful?
There we go.
Yes, keep struggling. There's nothing you can do. The Vulcan's Legion is the apex predator.
I'm loading. I'm analyzing the data retrieved from the destroyed device.
Seems like they're all pretty strong. The Freyna's level 32. I think that is a Sharon there. No, that's the Ajax, it looks like. 35 and a Bunny at 40. So they should all be decently high mastery ranks. Press the wrong button. 9, 12, and 10. It'd be cool if there was like a smaller indicator 2 next to their name of what their mastery rank is. Like how in Warframe you can see their level, their character, like all their gear, their levels, and the mastery rank. It'd be nicer to have something like that too. But yeah, I'll just stand here and get free XP. I'm also gonna move this bottom left for now, and then if there's a reason why I need to change that, I'll do that later. And then I'll also change my chat overlay position to be center right over here. So it'll be pretty easy to see. I don't care about that.
We have already moved the Ironheart.
Also, actually, I might as well grab it.
If you keep trying,
Also, for some reason, I know people have been telling me that stuff is supposed to show up in my Lost and Found, and that it has been for theirs, but it hasn't been for mine, and I'm pretty sure there have definitely been times where I've missed gear out in the field. But like, nothing ever shows up in my mailbox, and even still my Twitch stuff hasn't. And some people were talking about how, like, for them it took until like the next day. But I got my Twitch stuff, I think, on Thursday, and now it's Sunday and it's still not here, so I don't know when they expect I'm supposed to have that by, but I don't know. I'm really trepidatious about this game because as far as the actual gameplay goes and the fun that I've been having with it is concerned, I've been enjoying the game itself a ton, but I've really heard nothing but bad things about Nexon, which has me nervous about like the future and longevity of this game, because everyone's just talking about how scummy Nexon is, how they only want people's money, how they have like terrible marketing and monetization, and everything just is always so overpriced. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely see that so far.
But we're going there anyway.
Alright, Matt. We're also trying to gather as as much data as possible.
Shoot the sensor people. What? This is the second or third time I've been in this, and like people just stand around not shooting the thing, and I'm like, how are you not doing that? Like, it doesn't matter if this is your first time doing this mission. They reuse all the same concepts so much you should know what to do there by now.
Come if you dare. I'll deal with you myself.
And then yeah, I decided to go ahead a little bit in the game's story.
Descendant, the equipment in the center
That
is
moved me
compressing
so
the
fast, I
data
didn't even
from the
see
ancestor devices
it pop up
alone.
on the screen that it was moving me.
Encryption rate 65%. Compressed data.
That was a dumb time for him to use his ability. Sorry. I hope that didn't. Okay, that didn't kill me.
I can connect to first.
I'm knocked over the wall. Okay, I don't know why. I haven't experienced stick drift on this controller in days. And then suddenly I start streaming and it wants to start drifting again. Also barely gotten to play this game today. I just played it for a little bit this morning and then went to church, and I can't stand VS's abilities, dude, because the range is crap, and then also it's so often it hits other stuff that I wasn't even like going for. And then when it does, I just get screwed because of it. Oh my gosh, I have this sorry, I'm trying to get around. I have this exact same problem when I play Elden Ring, and it starts doing that when I'm trying to roll, because I'm trying to roll away from enemies, and it keeps rolling towards them. Put your hand down so I can shoot that freaking head. Your lizard leech bloody skull. Why? Okay, so there's so many other places to shoot people from, and you decide to go to like the one other place you don't need to. Three of us were over there shooting at the two enemies that were down there when there's so many other places the enemy can show up at. Like, why? Gosh, okay. I hate trying to aim with snipers too, because they make the reticle so fine that it's actually harder to hit with a sniper with, because like there's such a minute hitbox there. And they give the enemies tiny frickin' 2-inch domes. I'm not sure if that was an ability someone used there or what, but like, it's bad. I made a lot of shot count, that's all that really matters.
Decryption protocol activated. Compressed data extraction.
Okay, show me Sharon Salad.
Beginning analysis.
Or not, that's cool
The
too.
data contains records of the ancestors who tried to remove the Ironheart, their operation plans, and the blueprint for the special weapon to break the seal. The weapons.
Okay, so we got more of this to do. That's a new loading screen, I haven't seen that one before. Wait, why is it saying Agna Desert? Okay. Okay, yes, I'll run that 5 times because this is the material pattern you get from it, and you get one every time you complete it. So I run that 5 times. I think this 15 is from the other one that I said that I was running for her enhanced cells. So I've run that one like 15 times. That's why I said I know I've run it at least a dozen. So I've run this one 5 and that one 15. And then I think this one that I have here was from that one time that I had to run the one for her core or whatever. So yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I also, oh, in that same run too, let me show you this. So in that same run, I also got her explosive evade. Sorry, his no explosive evade's from the other one. Her or was it his? I don't remember. I got one of these, whichever one came from that same mission. Might have been no, because I think explosive evade's from the other one I've been farming. I was like, why'd I get the 2% drop before I got the 20% one? It was one of the no, because I know it wasn't that one. It might have been this one for Ajax. I think it was one for Ajax. Yeah. But yeah, it's just been crazy. Oh, that's really good. Okay, but you can only use one or the other. We'll see which one ends up being stronger. I mean, I'm still in the very early stages of playing this game, and so eventually I'm going to be getting tons of Kuiper, and then leveling up all my purple mods and the ultimate ones and everything first and foremost, and then uh, coming back to some of the lesser ones, maybe upgrading those too if I find that they've got decent utility and everything. I was assuming I probably wouldn't be getting gear I need from that, and I was correct. And then I'm trying to keep the level like 50 some odd weapons because I might use those for weapon transmission. Also, if you see my cursor jumping around, that's because I'm fighting the stick drift. Okay, cool, that was a challenge completed. I actually forgot what my challenges were today. So I gotta defeat 2 more elites, which I thought that should have been done, but I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. I farmed multiple things, but I guess I haven't. Maybe I have to be the one to get the last shot on them or something. I don't know. It's weird. And then defeat enemies with any skill. Defeat monsters with weapons. Yeah, okay, so that one should happen. That one might happen. Just depends on how many kills I can get within the next couple hours. And then this one's probably not because I just don't use impact rounds that much. And then I've got all the weeklies done, and it looks like it's saying this weekly is the only one from this that got me any of those supply coins, which I did see what those are used for now because they barely wanted to show you. And you mostly get the supply coin stuff from all of these. So what it is this little tab just tucked away over in the corner here that you can't even actually tell is a thing that you're supposed to be able to go to. It's just there. So they put all this bright, flashy stuff in front of you. They have big battle pass. They have bonus shop. Everything's labeled. They've got challenges right over here and text about the season and stuff. And then right over here with absolutely no label whatsoever or any way to really know what that symbol is or means, they've tucked away free skins. 2 pages of free weapon and skins and spawns and all that. But the thing is, you have to buy it with, and yeah, even daily challenges don't give you any. You have to buy them with this stuff. And this, so that gives you 26, 15, 23, 17. Does that say 29? Such tiny font, I can barely see it. And like 35 and some other stuff. Here, let me go ahead and turn this light on. It's starting to get darker outside, so it's getting harder to see me. That really didn't help anything. Trying not to have to turn my whole ring light on because I always hate having that thing on. Let's turn that one on too in the kitchen. Okay. And so, and like 35 and whatever that is there. So yeah, you get some, but like And that's the seasonal stuff. And then for this whole entire like set of weeklies, they only had one in here that gave you any, and it was 5. So I'm hoping in future weekly challenges they give us more. But like comparing that to the prices of this stuff, like this is 10, the skins are 50, and then the head skin is also 50. So you're looking at what, like, okay, so that, yeah, 300 just to get all the actual like skins and the heads. The neural sharing head skin and the neural network body skin, the 44th Grenadier body skin. Oh wait, did I? Okay, yeah, I saw that. I counted that. Yeah, and then the, gosh, 44th Grenadier mask. And then finally on the back part they have Crow and Layered Cut, which you have to be level 96 in the battle pass to even access these, and level 50 to even access these. And as you can see, I didn't buy the tiers with the pass that gets you instantly up to 25, which you can buy tiers for Caliber and go up that way too if you really, really wanted to. But even that kind of defeats the point because that doesn't help you in that shop because it's purely based on completing these challenges and getting this, which you can't really purchase your way through. But yeah, I'm done analyzing. We're gonna get in here and try to get Sharon's parts tonight so I can at least set her off building, and then by the time I get home tomorrow, try her out and start using her in some missions and stuff. And we're past the point now where we're unlocking any new features for going up master ranks. Now we're just going up master ranks, I guess, for that very slight expansion on like mod capacity and things like that. And yeah, still none of my Twitch rewards in here. Still nothing ever shows up in the Lost and Found. Doesn't matter what I look at, nothing else ever shows up there. So yeah, it seems like they just got a lot to do. We'll get back out here though. I don't know, maybe I'll just alternate between them now. Because I've been going back and forth with myself. I've been alternating more with myself than I have with this, but I've been going back and forth with myself debating, do I want to alternate between them or do I want to just keep farming the same one? The thing I think that makes Warframe at least simpler with this, I don't know necessarily that it makes it easier, but it's that for one, most of its missions that you farm a frame from a boss, it's actually relatively quick getting to the actual boss part of it because that's the main premise of the mission. So maybe you go through a couple rooms, you clear out some ads, and then you're at the boss. This one sets it up in a way that you have to go through an entire dungeon, you have to go through waves of enemies, you have to go through multiple objectives, some of which just have you standing around waiting on a point, and that's it. And so you're taking like a good 10 minutes just to get to the boss, and then you're fighting the boss. Whereas in Warframe, your main target is just getting to the boss. And then you're done. So like, it would be okay if it was something like this where, you know, we're just running through, clear out some enemies, yada yada yada, and then, you know, say we clear out all these guys, and then in the next room after this, that was the boss, we kill the boss, and we move on. Okay. That would be simple, straightforward enough. And the thing is too, like, once you get to a point where you're good enough in Warframe, like, if I got to the point, equivalent-wise, in Warframe, where I was clearing out all these enemies this fast, like we were just shredding through them, then we would be able to run this whole mission in like 5 minutes tops. And so within the span of an hour, you could have done this about a dozen times. But like, because of the way it's run, so let's see, we're at 26 minutes almost exactly into the stream now. I'm gonna see, even after these like couple minutes that we've been running through, how long it takes us to actually finish this from this point. Because then you have to do stuff like that, where you're standing there hacking a thing, you have to run through all this expanse of nothing, you have to keep clearing out all these wave after waves of enemies, then once you've cleared out all these guys, there's an elite enemy coming up next after that, and then you got another room that has multiple sets of enemies.
That is all I can discern for now. We must explore deeper. I will focus on detecting pulses from the Ironheart.
And then yeah, I really don't like Viesa's skill set here because it's a blend of like quite a few different descendants, but like in all the crappiest ways almost. Like, I really love her as a character. Okay. Oh, that just happened. But I'm not the only one that does that, runs up to those things and jumps, because there's a delay between the interaction popping up and you pressing X. So, like, 90% of the time you end up jumping instead of interacting how you actually meant to. SMO.
The substance cannot be used by humans.
If they wanted his name to be Esmo, why did they spell it E-S-I-E-M-O?
It may be because the contamination.
What the? See, like that crap, dude. They come out and then they're not available to hit until. Hello, are you good? Until well after they're already out.
Is Albion suddenly interested in the Kuiper I refined?
Sake Kimetsu. Kimetsu no Yaiba?
On the other side of the facility. But you should focus on eliminating the enemy first.
Is he trying to make his name like Shadow Slayer or something?
Is enough to create Alzarok level Vulgus for centuries.
Oh yeah, the other one. Oh wait, did the other guy leave? There's only 3 of us. What the heck?
Everybody get out.
I thought a 4th one joined.
Blow it to hell right now.
Yeah, I thought that wolf dude was the 4th.
Blow it up yet. Jeremy might still be inside.
Ridiculous. Why is it taking him so long to kill us? Move, dude. I'm trying to get back over there. More enemies that come in here.
There may be signs of him on the other side of the facility.
Knight right. Jeremy will probably be after the Kaiser with the highest density.
I'm so pleased that you came this way in person. I'm curious about the effectiveness of the enhancements to my forces. Would you be so kind as to test them for me?
This Vulgus energy seems to be similar to first to arrive. Descendant, we must secure this area before Jeremy can.
Okay, I'm hoping my skill resets somewhere. Never mind. I'm gonna say shortly before he shows up, but a little too late for that. It's just these guys aren't really doing a whole lot of damage, and so with only having 3 of us, I'm not entirely confident in our damage up. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. Maybe it's just one of them not doing a whole lot of damage. Yeah, see, I would have held off on using that blizzard, but that's just right. Can't get away because he's trying to walk forward. I'm leveling up extremely quickly though.
What a wasted opportunity to give the tree you choose the taste of descendant.
It appears that there is another more important zone to the Vulgus than
It appears that I didn't get what I was going for. That's all I care about. I don't know. We might only do this a few times and then get back into... what's that? What is this guy? Yes. Special trait. Crystallization catalyst. Yeah, that's what you use to assign a socket type to a weapon, I think. Okay. I don't know what all that other stuff was for. Is that to make crystallization catalyst? Is it giving me some like towards the next one? Yeah, and I still don't have that. Okay. Oh, I thought that said he just gave me one, or did he give me like a blueprint for one or something? Did I not just see that say he gave me one? Am I tripping? I feel like I gotta save the last 30 seconds or so and just go look back. Okay, I need a minute. It's been more than 30 seconds. And then I'll delete these. I do that a lot. Dang, dude, that was already more than a minute ago? Crap. I wish it also didn't just skip from 1 to 3 minutes. Oh, it was the blueprint. Okay. Let me delete these before I forget. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, well, I'm glad I at least got something out of that. It improves my defense quite a bit. So yeah, let me go see if they just gave me all the resources I needed to make my first one. Because even that's still pretty good, and I would probably exclusively use those on ultimate weapons, since I'm constantly switching out the other ones and stuff, and the ultimate weapons seem to be the only ones worth using these resources on. And those take 7.5 hours. Well, it's still not the worst I've ever seen. It's pretty bad for such a basic resource, but not the worst I've seen in general, considering Warframe has things that the frames themselves take like 3 days to build. Weapons take like 24 hours, whereas they're only 4 hours in this one. Well, some weapons take 12, some weapons take 24 hours, but all of them take 4 in this one so far. And it looks like you're not building like every single weapon, you're only building the ultimate ones, which seem like the equipment to
Once
primes.
you clear this area, I will lead the Ironheart excavation. We're almost...
It seems I've caused quite a scene. Fortunately, Luna was able to quickly explain the
Also, I hate
situation
how
so
that's
things could be
so
settled.
frequently the
No,
next
you
part
should
of the
thank me.
objective is to
Jeez, I can't believe
listen
a
to
great artist like me is
communications.
being bounced around some battlefield.
As a result, I
I
was
cannot
able
tell you
to
how
align
much
the
that gets on
fusion
my nerves,
stones,
that listening to
allowing us to
comms
approach the
is
Iron
part of your
Weapon.
objective,
Thank you,
instead
Luna.
of just playing the
I've
comms,
finished repairing my
opening up
shield
the next
thrusters
part,
and moving to join
and then letting you
you at the
listen
operations site.
as you're running to the next
Hey,
thing.
I'm coming
Because
too. See you soon.
I hate it so much. Like, okay, so part of me gets it. You've made a product, you want people to be in tune with your product, get the story, and whatever. And at the same time, once I've acquired the product, it should be up to me and my discretion of my own volition to decide what I want to do with said product. So, if I get the game and decide that I want to listen to every bit of all of the story, watch every cutscene, listen to all the dialogue, go through all the records, get as much lore and knowledge about the game as I possibly can, I just lost ammo. I just saw that because I used that little supply droid thing and got myself up to 300. Then I traveled areas and it put me back down to 275 again. What the heck, man? There's no way that's supposed to be like that. Please tell me that's a bug and they didn't design it to take away ammo when you travel between areas. Now, granted, 25 compared to 300 isn't a massive difference, and considering enemies drop ammo at a pretty decent rate, that's not going to get me killed, especially considering I have 2 other weapons to work with. But the fact that it does that is really stupid, and I really hope that's just a bug. Is that one he purchased, or is that
Hey,
out of...
Descendant. The reason
That's
the
gotta be something
excavation
weird.
team couldn't reach here is because the Volga started digging
I was gonna say,
here
or is that out of
first.
the past? But even so, even if he had
And Ace
enough
told me
tiers to
they
get
brought
that
the
and it's in the
magisters
past,
in, the ones who
he
did
probably
the deed, and forced
still
them to
bought the
work.
tier that it's on.
That's why this place is called the Asylum. According to Ace,
There's
the
like,
magisters were brought here
oh
before
my
the
gosh, I
labor
wish this
might
bunny
have
would
gotten
also
to
just use her ability and frickin'
They could have
move.
solved the code. Actually, they probably pretended not to know the code.
Gosh, dude.
She said that we have to hurry up with the search anyway.
I'm not even mad at the other people because it's really not entirely their fault sometimes when we're like bumping off each other and stuff like that. This game just shouldn't make everyone a solid collision. Like, if anything, we should be able to kind of like, I don't know, almost like slide or maneuver around each other. But like, when you're just getting stuck against people because you can't maneuver around them, that gets so annoying.
I can access its memory and communications history data.
Also, the fact that that isn't counting up me killing
Most
elites
frequently mentioned words
is
are
kind of stupid.
seal, red sphere shell component, and
Because it says defeat elite enemies, and I've run these missions so many times defeating those elite enemies and even bosses, and it's still saying that I've only defeated 3 out of 5.
combining all of the data.
And if that means that you're the one who has to get the last shot of damage on it, that's even dumber. What the... Dude, I've done this crap so many times. What the hell? What is this? What is going on?
This is
It's freaking nonsense, dude.
Perhaps the ancestors sealed
We've gone through all this crap.
inside the red sphere because they felt that a simple dog couldn't hold it.
I'm just sick of having to run these missions. I can't wait to get this freaking Sharon crap that I need and just never have to do this mission again.
Was successful.
I was about to say, it should be moving here. It's so hard to like consistently do that perfectly, especially when it does crap like that where you freaking
I'm analyzing
should be making it, and then because of stupid hitboxes, you just don't. That's ultimate. Okay. so he bought Ultimate VSS. The only thing I'm glad about is all this farming. At the end of the day, still gets me things. Wow, that's cool. Right on the freaking edge of my hitbox with that. I also wish that just had a almost like a Nidus kind of effect going for it, where it just keeps going until it collides with something and has like a pretty decent range. Now I know I can get stuff to expand my range, and those are the kinds of things that I'll be upgrading as I get like more capacity and things like that. But then I need to get energy activators, and they just cost so much, and I've put one on Freyna now. Either that or I need to be able to add more mod slots, which I think adding more mod slots is something I'll be doing a lot more in the future. Especially to these that have an ultimate over, I'm just gonna stand on the freaking thing, dude. Like, she's got a ton of range on that. And maybe that also impacts like the travel range of it. I didn't even consider that one, but if it does, that would be pretty good too. Not only like the burst impact range, but the travel range would also be good because it does not travel that far. It's hella annoying. Kentucky, you need to trick.
Hi, Raina and I discovered a weird area of sound. It's filled with way too much noise, so we're not sure about it, but we're going there anyway.
Alright. We're also trying to gather as much data
Okay,
as
what is
possible.
that? Is he dead or no?
Keep up the good work.
Wow. Everything died so fast, I don't think the game could keep up with it.
Come if you dare. I'll deal with you myself.
I wanted to get down there and hit those, but then it took so long to end that
In the center is
grapple
the
animation.
data from the ancestor devices around it.
I didn't.
Encryption rate.
I just
65%.
sometimes like exploding barrels just to get them out of the way so no one accidentally explodes them on me and I don't have to accidentally worry about accidentally exploding them on someone. I'm gonna assume the boss is gonna go down in less than a minute.
It has come to this. I'm going to end your life. To
Well,
receive a
maybe
stronger
not less than a
body
minute, maybe like less than a minute and a half. That ultimate VS is just doing hella damage. I will leech off of every second that she wants to. Why did it take him so long to do that travel? There are so many times where I feel like in games nowadays, especially like Souls, which make more sense, but even in like this, where it feels like they're intentionally designing their enemies to make them do stupid crap like that, where things take so much longer than they should. If we got it that time. Hopefully I complained about it enough to get it. Apparently I didn't.
Analysis. The data contained records of the ancestors who tried to remove the
I
iron
don't know
core,
why I'm picking this
their
one.
operation
It's
plans,
not working.
and the blueprint.
I'm also thinking that I should resort things by level while I'm farming. Just so I can get rid of everything that's below that. gun. Sure. Alright, so that's 6 times I've run this one and 16 times I've run that one. I almost want to just bring in Volby at least to have a change of pace of, you know, character gameplay and like get to do this with someone that's new to me that I could have fun with. But I'm gonna keep going with VSA for now, especially while I still have to get stuff from that Agni Desert one because it is quite a high level, and I could see with Volby only being level 1, her getting nuked by it pretty fast. I wouldn't be comfortable taking her into that until she was like probably level 30, honestly. Like, yeah, around UVS's level now. I mean, with the mods and stuff I've got, she could probably get away with doing it at like 25, but I definitely don't want to take her in there at level 1 and be that guy who's either just getting killed a lot and nuked and the team has to keep reviving me. I don't know why I said either. But yeah, I just don't want to be that guy that's getting nuked a lot and the team has to keep reviving me. Or the one that's just hiding in, not really contributing, but just surviving. That's Ultimate Bunny.
We've secured the airspace above the operations zone. I'll leave you to handle the
It's her
interior.
Apex Predator skin.
Enzo has minimized the
Also, that's another
You should
thing.
be able to better focus on
At
our
least with
objectives.
Warframe, most of the stuff that comes in bundles, they actually make it a bundle to save you money and to put things together thematically. But with this game, they make stuff a bundle to basically make you spend more money on it because it's not available as an individual purchase. Like, if you want it, you have to spend the money. Dude, this guy just go, please. I want him to do this. I want him to just, like, kill everything before we even get there. Because that makes everything so much quicker and easier on me. I love that. The faster I can get these runs done, the better. I would love to have like a full squad of people who are at least as strong as me, if not like kind of close. Back out! Gosh, bro. 14, okay, so this whole squad is actually a higher mastery rank than me, which might be the first time that's happened. Sorry, I was looking around because sometimes I don't know if that's just me going insane or what, but sometimes I will randomly hear like vibrations or things like that that make me think that like it's my phone, or like I don't know if it's just my watch shifting. It might just be my watch shifting a bit, but like sometimes I'll also feel like I feel a buzz on my watch.
I will focus on detecting pulses from the Ironheart. It seems the Vulgus have established a large-scale Kuiper refinery here, concealed from the vigilant eyes of Albion.
Just the idea that Alzarok exists is proof enough for me that we can't allow this to continue. We will finalize the detonation of the
Not
facility.
even taking stuff.
You eliminate the enemy forces.
Powerful enemy units have been deployed to protect the Kuiper. Please be on your guard.
Really just no good reason
Based
to.
on data analysis, the high-density Kuiper produced in this cave was used to enhance the Vulgus who occupied this
I'm just
zone.
glad that we're getting through this pretty fast, all things considered. And yeah, if you notice, Ultimate Bunny, I noticed that the first time I saw her, and I'm interested to see with Ultimate Ajax and Lepic and like Blay and stuff, how their abilities differ, because not only do they have higher like defense, HP, some other stats, like 1 or 2 other stats are also higher at base. I think maybe max MP or something like that is also higher at base. They got a few things that are higher at base.
Is Albion suddenly interested in the Kuiper I refined?
But they also have, like, for that ability, for example, it's different in coloration.
But you should focus on eliminating the enemy first. The scale and density of the Kuiper on the other side of the facility is enough to create
Feels like I'm
alpha
leveling up
level
faster in
virus
these missions than I was
centuries.
doing the other day, though,
It probably
which is
contains a
weird.
high level of contamination.
What? Okay, everybody get out. I'm going to blow it to hell right now.
Don't blow it up yet.
I don't know why it's giving the impression that I'm leveling up faster.
Enzo is correct. We have not found any evidence of Jeremy at any of the other Kuiper deposits so far. There may be signs of him
Gosh, dude.
on the other side of the facility.
Knight is right. Jeremy will probably be after the Kuiper with the highest density.
I'm so pleased that you came all this way in person, Descendant. I'm curious about the effectiveness of the enhancements to my forces. Would you be so kind as to
I can't tell you how glad I am that this is going as quickly as it is, because I hate doing runs of this, and I would love to just get to stay in a group like this when doing runs of it, and just
I understand the additional
blaze through it time and time
density
again.
required to enhance my regular troops. Now, time for your reward. A damp, dark place like this is perfect for refinement.
But at least the quicker I can get through runs like that, the quicker I can get into my next run after not getting what I'm farming for. So yeah, like again there, I didn't get what I was going for. And that makes 17 runs of it now. It would also be nice if like both Warframe and like a game like this introduced a thing where you could set an auto dismantle tier either based on level or rarity of stuff. So like anything below X level just automatically dismantles when you pick it up, or anything below X rarity is just automatically disassembled. I get that, you know, it adds a degree of laziness and whatever, but it would just be really good to have for when you're doing stuff like this where you're just farming over and over and over again, because then that way, like everything you're farming, you could just not worry about having to constantly like clear out your inventory, especially if it's going to be super grindy and you're just going to be getting a lot of stuff you don't need over and over again. I think I've also made up my mind. I'm done grinding that other mission. I'm going to grind this one either until I've done it like what, 10 more times or something like that, 11. Yeah, either until I've done it 11 more times and caught up to this, or until I get the part that I need. Also, I'm leaving to turn on my air conditioner. Also gonna get some water because I'm hella thirsty, and I've still got my Baja Blast over here, but I'm really thirsty and I feel like I definitely need something to drink. Dude, I think I just discovered a new grounding technique for myself that actually like really helped out a lot. My stomach's been kind of upset, and for me, I like somatize my anxiety, meaning that like whenever I get anxious, I feel it in my body, which normally comes up in my stomach. And so like what'll happen is if I'm experiencing like actual stomach issues, which happens from time to time. Oh, sorry, let me turn this light back on. I accidentally turned it off by habit. If I'm experiencing like normal physical stomach issues, Well, I say normal, but you know, regular because that's just how it goes. If I'm experiencing like just physical stomach issues, um, mentally, I'll start to kind of get anxious about it because it's the same kind of feeling as when I'm actually nervous about something. And so it'll make it harder for me to sleep. It'll make it harder for me to like sit still
Lead
and feel
descendant.
restful.
The reason the excavation team couldn't reach here is because the
Why'd we
Vulgus
both
started digging
stand there
here
and look at that?
first.
Okay, that's a pretty high
Inez
level
told
team
me
as
they
well, so
brought
that's
the
good.
Magisters here. They went to didn't escape and forced them to work.
If we can melt
That's
grunts,
why this place is called the
then that's a
Asylum.
pretty good indicator that we'll be okay.
According to Inez, the Magisters were brought here when forced labor might have found some information, but they couldn't have solved the code. Actually, they probably pretended not to know the code. She said that we have to
The
hurry up
second
with
you
the search
see a
anyway.
team standing there shooting
The
grunts,
Vulgus appear to increase their decryption speed, especially since operations in sterile land.
and it takes them a bit to kill them, and not like the slightly bigger grunts that you see that are like pretty tall, a little tankier, like frozen guard level stuff, or sorry, fortress guard, oh, even the frozen soldiers, whatever they're called again, they might be frozen guard.
Given the
Like different
reactions of the
stuff like
Mandarin
that,
encountered recently,
those, it's kind of
we must
understandable
also
if they
consider
take
the
like a couple
possibility
more
that they would
shots.
appear so soon. And as their time is limited, we must be attempting to extract all of the
But I mean
ancestral
like these little humanoid sized like cannon fodder ones like acolytes and reapers and stuff. If you see someone stood there for a minute shooting those kinds of guys, that's when it's like mildly concerning.
The enemy has an encrypted communications device. If you defeat them, I can access its memory and communications history data.
Heck, dude,
I
am
have
I
analyzed
getting
the data
stuck
we
on,
obtained
bro?
from the enemy. The most frequently mentioned words are seal, red sphere shell
I
components,
like kind of want to keep
and
farming the other one 'cause it's not as long and
I
a bit
access
easier to
shell
get
analysis
through.
data. The shell is composed of similar material
Have all this
to the
stupid
links
crap in it.
surrounding the Ironheart. Combining all of the data, I believe we can conclude that the ancestors inserted the Ironheart
Like
into the
this,
red
dude.
sphere.
My shield is down.
I ain't bothering with these idiots. If they want to fight them,
This is
good
connected
on
to
them.
the civil
Kudos
war
to them.
that
I'm not
occurred
doing
in
like that.
Perhaps the ancestors sealed the Ironheart inside the red sphere because they felt that a simple vault couldn't hold it.
What the hell, dude? That's
I cannot figure out
the
the
exact same way I've
steps
always
they
done
took.
that.
But the important thing is that the sealing was successful.
I feel like a monkey see monkey do idiot when someone gets hit by something and then I get hit by the same thing right after following up.
The Vulgus Legion is the apex predator.
I'm analyzing
And then
the data
it's stuff like this too that gets kind of annoying because it doesn't matter how
Can I
many
have some
enemies
time?
you kill because you're just purely going for time. And I don't even like, and this guy's just standing there, I guess. Either because he gets it or he's expecting us to clear everything out. But like, when games are structured like this, when this game feels like playing on an hourly wage, because you're not actually getting rewarded based on your skill level. Like if it was how many enemies you're killing or like the level of enemies you're killing, you're just getting rewarded on how long you spend in the mission. And that's literally, oh, Fortress Guard. That was the same. There's a person. But no, it's literally the exact same thing getting paid hourly, which is why I'm so glad that at the end of this year, I'll be in a salaried position because I'm so sick and tired of working hourly. And like, I don't know why, but my grandma at one point was trying to convince me that, I don't know, I guess it's because of the old school mentality she comes from and she just wants me to have something that's more assured. But she was trying to convince me that it's better to work hourly than like contractual or salaried, and I'm like, okay, maybe if you're new to whatever contractual role you're in and you know, you don't want to get screwed with it or whatever, or, you know, if it's like a seasonal contractual kind of thing, that's a little bit rougher. But like, when you consider like some of the highest paid people in first world countries, they're either contracted, salaried, or they're making some kind of gosh, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I forgot the name. It's like what people make off of merch sales or like their music and stuff like that. But for some reason I can't think of the name. Royalties and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. So like every time their product gets used or shown or sold or whatever, they make some money off of it.
Reyna and I discovered a weird area of
And so
sound.
then you're
It's filled with
advertising
way
yourself,
too
you're
much
marketing,
noise, so
you're
we're not
improving your
sure about
craft,
it,
you're
but
connecting
we're
with
going there
fan
anyway.
bases and, you know,
Alright.
getting involved in different
We're also
venues and
trying to
avenues
gather
to
as
like
much data as
make yourself
possible.
known more.
Keep up the good work.
I see all the way in there and enemies are spawning all the... I've never seen enemies spawn all the way. Why are they going in there? There's no reason for that. The enemies are out here. Like, what are you guys doing? I don't think any of them know what they're frickin' doing. Like, that guy's just the frickin' level 40 bunny running off ahead, expecting us to
Descendant,
get all the frickin' work
in
done.
the center is compressing the data from the
While he
ancestor
just
devices
sits there
around
and
it.
waits.
Decryption rate
Like,
65%.
frickin' hell, dude. That's why I get so sick of mission types like this, and I really want to find a friend group that I can play this game more with, but like the hard thing for me is that like I really only have time to play video games in the evenings throughout the week. Which granted, after this week I'm gonna have a lot more of my evening time back. But like sometimes it's hard because especially with people my age, you know, a lot of them slightly younger than me, you know, they're in college and probably only working a part-time job at most, but I'm a graduate student and working a full-time job. So that's really difficult, and a lot of people don't realize how hard it is just to go to grad school, let alone go to grad school and work a full-time job at the same time, because the majority of people are only either in school or only working, and if they are doing both, they're just doing it part-time, like one, the other, or both. So like if they're working full-time, they're in school part-time. If they're, gosh dang it, dude, come on. If they're working, dang it, let me out of there. Shooting my butt cheeks to heck. But yeah, well, I want to get off my rant, dude. I'm just gonna focus getting back into the game. I don't know, I didn't... Gosh! What the heck? Those things follow you just like everywhere. I hate it when games make like unavoidable mechanics like that, because it's like, where are you supposed to go? What are you supposed to do to defend yourself against that if it's literally following you everywhere you go? And then none of these idiots are doing anything. I don't know what the heck they're shooting, but they're definitely not shooting the boss, and then he just keeps hitting me with everything he's got like I'm the frickin' tank of the group. And these certified idiots don't help in the slightest. And then he wants to bring in... This has the Dark Souls 2 effect, and some other games do it too, and it really triggers me when a game will just take the same mechanics that a previous enemy or previous boss had, and then just keep reapplying them multiple times over instead of actually making something new. Oh my. Is no one going to touch the thing? Why do you people just keep standing there? Like, play the freaking game or go do something else.
Beginning analysis. The data contained records of the ancestors who tried to remove
How
the
hard is
Ironheart.
it to play the
Their
game you
operation
downloaded?
and the blueprint.
Like, oh my goodness. It's genuinely stuff like that that makes me want to just quit playing a game, because I can't stand how stupid every fan base is in every freaking game. It is so hard to come by people that are just decent at a game and just know how to play it, and you can just get stuff done and move on. People are always either so quick to find some meta and just completely obliterate everything because they can turn their brain off and just abuse their meta, or they're so weak and underpowered and just have so little thought processing power going on inside their head that you basically have to sit there and carry them even through the simplest stuff, because their brain can't produce enough energy to actually get them through a basic concept, let alone a whole mission like that. And so then people who actually do use their brain, people who actually do have to put effort in, people who actually, are really trying, it's like the freaking middle class people over here, like, you got too many expectations to just skate by, but not enough resources for it to be easy. And I think that's a pretty awful dichotomy to live in. You see it in this game, but then you also kind of see it in real life sometimes, where the people who don't have a lot and aren't able to do a lot, have the most available to them to get support from. They just need to actually utilize it. And they can, they're in an unfortunate life circumstance, but they're also in the most opportune place to just have a lot of stuff done for them. And they don't really have to think about the rest, because there's a lot of people, a lot of policies, a lot of institutions that will just do a lot of things for them.
The reason the excavation team
But then also when you have a ton of money, you don't have to think about or worry about much either, because then you can just go anywhere you want, do anything you want, afford anything you want, and life's honestly not nearly as difficult. Most of your problems actually just arise as a byproduct of things you want to do, to have chosen to do, or just like kind of where you position yourself, not necessarily where you've been positioned or a matter of circumstance, but rather by a matter of choice and what you adopted as your own problems as a byproduct of whatever it is you're seeking to accomplish or wherever you're trying to get to. Dude, I don't understand the aimbot that they put in place in this game, and like the sheer abundance of things that constantly try to shoot me from like 10 years away. And it feels like every enemy is either like solely heavily targeted on one person, or yeah, which is usually me or like, obviously someone else. Those are the only options. But like, it feels like so many times a ton of the enemies are just super heavily. That guy is playing as Kyle at level 40, which I don't know if he's just literally been playing this game nonstop since it dropped, every single day, like all day, like it's a full-time job, playing 40 hours a week. Honestly, so many people who don't have jobs are playing significantly more than that. Ugh, I get so tired of this dude. He's just standing around half the time, running way far back, trying to wait until everyone else puts in most of the work.
The shell is composed of a similar material to the links surrounding the Ironheart.
I'm not shooting anything, I don't freaking have to.
I believe we can conclude that the ancestors inserted the Ironheart into the red sphere.
time.
This
Where are
connected to
we
the
at?
civil war
Hour
with
10.
Vespers.
I think after
Perhaps the ancestors
another
sealed
run
the
or two of
Ironheart
this,
inside the red
I'm gonna
seal
turn the
of
stream
Cosmo.
off
They thought that a simple vault
because
could hold it.
I'm really not enjoying
I
myself
cannot
right
figure
now,
out
and
the
I don't
exact
like to
steps they
stream when
took.
I'm not having fun
But the important
because it
thing
makes
is
me
that the
upset,
scheme was
and then I also
successful.
feel bad on top of it. So it puts me in this, gosh, freaking stick drift just made me walk right into that. Puts me in this terrible position where I'm not having fun
I'm
because of the
analyzing
game
the
I'm
data
playing,
retrieved from the
and
destroyed
then
device.
I also feel
Keep
bad
track of
about
the
not
time.
having fun because I'm trying to put out fun, entertaining content, you know, because like I want the people that watch this, as few as they are, to actually enjoy watching it. I want to laugh. I want to be finding bugs and funny experiences and, you know, having cool moments and stuff like that. And I understand streaming, just like life, isn't always going to be the best of times, but I also don't like it to be all frustration. Like, I don't mind capturing some of my frustration on camera, especially because rage can be hilarious to look back on, and it can also be used as a learning experience for like, okay, why did I rage there? What was causing me to rage? What mistakes was I making? What wasn't my fault that I just don't need to get upset at? But it's a thing that's gonna happen nonetheless, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like, what can I learn from this rage? How can I grow from it? Dude, I do not get this.
We have already moved the Ironheart.
Like, get your ass in gear.
All you will find is death.
Hey, that's a lie. Don't fall for it. If the Ironheart was gone, I would have noticed
Bro,
it
I'm
already.
ready to report these idiots because two of them just keep standing there 90% of the time not doing anything. Like, this guy here, I'm about to whisper and say, get off your damn phone or your ass, whatever you're on, and start learning how to play the game. He's literally just standing there with his little frickin' pew-pew, firing a shot every now and then. I can't. Stick drift, stop trying to fight me and make me go forward. Viesa, get better skills. Because my goodness, do they suck. No one in this is trying to go forward fast. Like, they're all just running around.
Fine. Reyna and I discovered a weird area of sound. It's filled with
Yeah, when we get to this last room,
so
I'm
we're
gonna
not
be
sure
the
about
one
it,
that's running
but we're
around
going
doing
there
nothing
anyway.
and see how long this
Go
takes.
on, then.
Like I said, I'm only
We're
doing
also
this
trying to
a
gather
time or
as
two
much
more on
data
stream
as
anyway. And then, like, why are they running all the way up to it to start shooting it? You can literally shoot that thing from wherever you're at. Does not matter. I mean, obviously it has to be within reason, but like, why are they running right in front of it and then shooting it? They're both doing that. Like, I don't get how some people can just be like a crazy level of sheep AI robots, dude. Like,
The
the
equipment
things that they
centers
do, like,
processing the data
I
from the
don't
ancestor
understand
device
how they
abandoned.
rationalize it in their brain. Because they
65%
play like
completed.
bots.
I'm going to
They
let the
legitimately
experiment
play like they're
on
AI.
connecting first.
And not even good AI. Not like ChatGPT AI, but like an actual robot that's programmed to have one function. And if you ask them to do anything outside of that one function, like, dude, why are you guys just running around up each other's ass this whole time? Learn how to go somewhere else. Do something else. Think for yourself. Like, they're just only running around together right next to each other the whole freaking time.
I'm loading.
And they won't go for a single objective. Yeah, I'm not fighting that damn thing. I'm just standing back and letting them do it. Not lifting a single finger kill. Playing how that idiot down there plays now. He's gonna stand here. What crap? Look at how much faster his health started going down when I started shooting it. Like what level of weapons are they even using? See, I saw a post earlier on Reddit that I completely agreed with, and you know, they mentioned how Warframe does this too, which I think is great, and more games need to start doing it, because all the inclusivity stuff that's permeated culture is also permeated video games too, where like we want to just let people be able to do everything just for the sake of letting them do everything. And I'm like, not everyone needs to be able to do everything, you know? In a lot of ways, I agree with the meritocracy. Like, you know, if you're unable to contribute, like if you're a child, if you're old, if you're disabled, okay, obviously, you know, any decent human beings would say those are exceptions. So, clearly that doesn't apply to them, but like, if you're just, you know, average Joeing it up, but still just getting carried along by everything, screw you, dude, because you actually have the potential and the capacity to do things, you just choose to be lazy and not to, and like, I don't like it in games like this, where they just make it a breeding ground for people to mooch off of other people because there are no level contingencies, and it's all just sheerly based off the progress you've made. And for all rights and purposes, all the process that you've made could very well just be because you sat around waiting for the right place, right time, with other people around to carry you through things. You went around like a scavenger, slurping up all the gear you could, and then all you really do is go back and farm the things that are weaker than you, that you know for sure you can get through, because you haven't actually put any effort into learning how to play the game, how to get better, how to strategize. All you do is, for things that are stronger than you, mooch off of people who are stronger than you, and for everything that's weaker than you, then you can just go back and kill it without putting in any effort because it just dies in 2 seconds. And so many people play games like this, but what I was getting at earlier is I like the suggestion that make things equipment level locked, like some of the stuff is in Warframe, where you can't just bring in garbage and expect to get carried. Now, I didn't appreciate the value of something like that in Warframe, especially because, you know, you can't, it's not until MR30 that you can start bringing in stuff that's not ranked up, as long as it's at least been formatted. But now I get why stuff like that's so important, and I think more games need to have it. I think I just went through the ground too. But it's to keep people who are crap and shouldn't be playing at that level out of it. It's just, I think a similar thing needs to be implemented with Steel Path in general, because so many people come into Steel Path and I'm just going to switch to doing this one again, actually a few more times, just because it's by far the easier mission and costs me less stress. And I at least want to hit an hour and a half with this stream. But yeah, like, I think that Steel Path needs a mastery rank requirement too, of at least like 15 to 20. And now, to some extent, there is a natural requirement there, because certain missions unlock after certain points, and if you haven't done those missions as well, then you wouldn't have Steel Path. But there's so many times where I will see, like, in that game, MR8s or 9s or something, like people who've barely been playing the game, maybe, because you could get to MR8 or 9 within your first couple weeks of playing the game. So they really haven't put much time into the game whatsoever, and they're already on Steel Path. And, you know, okay, part of this is, you know, it's a longevity thing. Of course, over the course of any good game, what's going to happen is, especially with live service games, the game's going to get easier the longer it's out. And that's just the natural course of things, because of quality of life updates, because of accessibility to more weapons and more power, because overall the community's gotten stronger as a whole because it's been around longer and there are more people who are at higher power levels. So obviously in those scenarios, any good game that's got any kind of longevity to it, it's gonna get easier the longer it's out. And you know, part of me is a salty old codger about that because you know, when I first started playing Warframe for real in 2018, but I think the first time I actually logged into the game is 2017. But you know, even when I look at my account, it tells me that it's 2018. But I'm like, dude, no, there's no way. I know for a fact that I played something earlier than that, but whatever, doesn't matter. I could have sworn it was 2017 the first time I actually played, but then 2018 when I really started getting into it, but could be wrong. Maybe it was early 2018 when I first played, and then later 2018 when I first started getting into it. Whatever, whenever it was, you know, it was a long time ago, back when MR30 wasn't even a possibility yet in that game, because with the amount of weapons, companions, warframes, all that stuff in the game, it just physically wasn't possible to get to that level yet. And since then, you know, I think when I started playing, the game basically looked like Warframe 2. And then within the couple years after that, especially by like 2020, 2021, you know, they were revising systems and making new ways to play the game, and over time it started to feel like Warframe 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and then eventually like 2.5, and now with everything that they've been doing, especially since Next Gen came out and they've got the PS5 version of Warframe, Warframe really does feel like this is Warframe 3. And that's what you love to see in a game. And where I was saying my old cadriness comes in is that, yes, I did just say cadriness. Definitely not a word, but I made it one. Where that tendency of mine comes in is just from the standpoint of things getting so much easier for new players, because back when I was playing, there would absolutely have been do the thing. Yeah. You don't just do a normal melee on him, bro. Sorry to tell you.
Based on data analysis,
I also don't get when they drop like one freaking thing. But
but
yeah, it's how, yeah, like I was saying, things like that wouldn't have even been possible. Like there would have been no way you would have had the skill, the resources, or even the potential to get carried enough back in 2018 to be MR8 or 9 and still make it to Steel Path. Like that just wouldn't have happened. I never realized there was blast there because I never actually tried to. Cool. I don't understand how you both. I do understand actually, because people do the same thing in Warframe. They've just sat in.
There is a larger Kuiper deposit on the
They're MR8, 6, 11. Okay, yeah. MR8 and 6, I get it. They're really not strong. I need to start going the other way. You're the Ajax at 8, and you're the other Ajax at 29. Yeah, they're not strong. They've just... The one Ajax has just sat there and farmed levels.
Is enough to create Alzarok level Vulgus for centuries.
Probably.
It probably contains a high level of contamination.
Because he's only MR8.
Everybody get out. I'm going to blow it to hell right now.
And then the other Ajax is just level 29 and only like MR6. So that's probably just... This might actually be his first time in this mission. And I don't know, I think to an extent I need to start having some more grace with people in games like this. But it is so hard because you do see a lot of people that really do come into these games and stuff just to get carried, like for real, just to get carried. But then you also see a lot of people who are like probably children or new to games or just kind of bad at the game. But then that's the hard part about it too, is because like if you're a child or if you're just generally bad at games, then my thought process, it's very ungraceful, I know, but it's you either need to find a different game to play that you're better at, or find people actually willing to play it with you instead of just holding up other people online.
Thank you, Descendant. I understand the additional hyper-density required to enhance my
Why did you place your ability there?
Now, time for your reward. A dark place like this is perfect for it. But it's even better for decorating the walls with your insides as I rip you to pieces. What do you think of my proposal?
I always like having fun in this mission.
You'll be an excellent source of
Honestly,
nutrients for the tree.
Ajax really sucks to have in missions, I'm not gonna lie, because the only thing he can really do is offer a defensive barrier. Gosh, please hit. What the actual heck is going on? All the little cannon fodder ads just want to keep shooting me. And that's the other thing I don't like about this. Like, if in Warframe, at least, like something like this, I'm strong enough to farm by myself, which is part of the reason why I just want to keep playing through the game until like I'm very late game, because stuff like this I really do want to be able to be strong enough to just come solo it.
To give the tree choose the taste of descent.
Aw man, I was really hoping that second topic that showed up there on the side was me having Sharon's part. Just an ultimate. Alright, it's 9, so I think I'm done with this stream. I've done that mission 18 times now and still haven't gotten the job. I think by 25, if I haven't gotten it, I'm just going to call it quits on that mission and say, forget it, I'm just not coming back to this for now. I'm going to keep playing through the rest of the game. Well, actually, no, I'm going to do 25 runs on this one. If I haven't gotten that by the time I've done 25 runs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the other one. If I get sorry, I was just focusing on what I was doing there. If I get the other one done in less than doing 25 on that as well, then I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and enhance this reactor as well, just for the one time so I get the trophy. If I get the other one in less than 25, I'll do a handful more runs on this one, just to give it the old just in case, because at that point it'll be the last thing I need. Okay. Got that done. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream. I'm gonna run it, I don't know, however many more times I can before I get tired and want to go to bed. But I'm gonna stop here at 25, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep running this one either until I also get to 25 or until I get it. And if I've hit 25 runs on both of them and it still hasn't dropped, I'm going to say forget it. I'm moving on. I'm just going to beat the game and then come back to farming these guys after I've beaten the game. And when I can do it with much stronger gear, that's more than strong enough for me to just carry myself through these fights and do them privately, or just focus on doing them every now and then when not found's on, and he and I can just solo them. Well, not solo them, but just co-op them together. So that's my plan there. But like I said, if I get the other one within the first handful of tries, uh, or in less than 25, I'll come back and give this one another handful. Just give it the benefit of the doubt. And yeah, every time you travel, it lowers your ammo count. But just give it the benefit of the doubt that maybe it will drop and I can go ahead and get shared. But yeah, that's going to be it for this, guys. So, as usual, hope you've all been enjoying the series so far. And if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications, share with a friend, do all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.